Hi guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today is the start of a new series of videos looking at Blade Runner 2049. Now I did a series of videos before looking at Blade Runner and the editions that I have, and if you go and check out my playlist you'll find some videos in there for Blade Runner if you haven't seen those already. But yeah, these just going to be a couple of videos focusing on 4 editions of Blade Runner 2049, which I've got here. And I'm going to split this over 2 videos so they're not like too long. So we'll look at 2 editions one week, and then we'll look at 2 editions the following week. And then I think what we'll do is we'll do a final video just showing the entire Blade Runner collection. So the first Blade Runner film and all of the editions that I have, followed by all of these Blade Runner 2049 editions. That'll probably be just sort of set to music, just sort of showing all the editions in one collection video. What I'll do each week, we'll give you a bit of trivia each week and some film facts on each video, just to sort of spread it out a bit on this iconic film.
15 seconds, guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Okay, so in this video we're down on the table now. So this week we're going to look at 2 editions that I have and this booklet. Talk a bit about the film, some film facts and some trivia for you, and then come back next week and we'll look at another 2 editions of the film Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner 2049 came out in 2017, and in the UK it was a certificate 15. It's a science fiction action genre, and it ran for 2 hours and 43 minutes. Kay, an officer with the Los Angeles Police Department, unearths a secret that could create chaos. He goes in search of a former Blade Runner who has been missing for over 3 decades. The release date in the UK was the 5th of October 2017, and this was directed by Denis Villeneuve. Cinematography was by Roger Deakins. Music was composed by Hans Zimmer, Benjamin Wallfisch, Ron Bartlett, Michael Hodges. Distributed by Warner Brothers and adapted from the book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And so on to some trivia about the film. David Bowie was director Denis Villeneuve's first choice for the role of Neander Wallace, but he died before the start of the shooting. To make Joy, played by Ana de Armas, appear more artificial, editor Joe Walker experimented by freezing her image for 9 frames just before she responds to a question. That way it looked like her program paused for a split second as if her processor was briefly occupied in coming up with an answer. However, it felt corny, and it was decided that her artificiality was already convincingly communicated through her fast costume changes and transparency. The first letter of the names of each of the wooden animals that Rick Deckard carved in this movie, rhino, antelope, cat, horse, elephant, and lion, they all spell Rachel. And finally, as seen in this movie, the baseline test that Kay must recite back, a system of cells interlinked within, cells interlinked with cells interlinked, was Ryan Gosling's idea. He employed an acting technique called dropping in, which induced a trance-like and hypnotic effect on his performance. And so on to the editions that I have. So as I say, I've got 2 editions here and a booklet. Now this particular booklet actually came from, I believe it was a HMV exclusive. Now this was just sold on its own, the booklet, picked it up on eBay. I didn't actually go for that HMV edition, which was a very nice edition. But yeah, so that's just literally sort of a one-off purchase. It was, you know, it's being sold on its own, very reasonable price. So yeah, we'll look at that in a bit. And then we've also got this, I think this is HD Zeta. Now it doesn't contain the film, but it is a double lenticular, and it does come with a booklet of stuff inside. So we'll get to that in a minute as well. So the first edition we're going to look at. Now, this was a limited edition Blu-ray and the bonus disc with some art cards and a digital download at the time. So this was sort of available in limited run sort of with various retailers. It wasn't an exclusive with anyone, but as you can see, we've got includes over 30 minutes of exclusive bonus features and 5 exclusive art cards. Now I do believe these art cards here are a smaller version of what was included in the HMV set, which this booklet was part of. They were a bigger postcard, sort of more of a lobby card size, I'd say, whereas with this set they're actual postcard. And again, that was another reason why I wasn't really that bothered about picking up that edition, although I did like the look of the booklet. But as I say, I've managed to get that sort of second hand sort of on its own. But anyway, back to this edition. So this is a nice foil edition. You've got foil writing on the Blade Runner 2049. It's almost like a spot gloss on there, on the stars as well. And there's actually a sort of a gloss on both Ryan Gosling's and Harrison Ford's character, with the backdrop of you know, the Blade Runner skylines in the background, sort of a distinct blue and sort of orange red sort of colour scheme. Move it to the side, and again we've got spot gloss on the title. There's a Sony release, and then on the back we've actually got sort of write up about what's included in the discs, and you can see it includes 5 exclusive art cards designed by Matt Ferguson. Now he's an artist that does a lot of artwork on physical media releases, and he's done some artwork certainly for the Blade Runner franchise. If we zoom in, have a look at the sort of credits, etc. There we go, and the tech specs as well, if we can make those out. 5.1 DTS master audio mix. We've got Russian, Spanish, Thai, and various load of subtitles as well. Approximately 163 minutes long. So we'll remove the slip cover, Again, you've got the same art on the Amaray, same spine, exactly the same on the back. Now, I do believe they did release the standard Amaray with this artwork, but obviously this part here was missing, and I think maybe the bonus disc was not part of that, you know, general release set. Okay, so here are the art cards. Now I've actually got another little art card in there, which is just literally that image that was used. We'll get that out in a second. Here's your Blu-ray disc, and here's the exclusive bonus disc that comes with this set. So alternate artwork on both discs. So I'll just get this out and we can have a closer look. Okay, well, I've actually discovered this was the digital download code. So it's got that nice artwork with a montage of all the main characters in the film. So I've just kept that sort of as a, you know, a backdrop to the inside sort of art of the Amaray. So that's quite nice. And so on to the postcards that you get with this release. So we've got a nice one there, and all the back is just tells you, well, this is Joy, art by Matt Ferguson. That one there, Deckard. (6/10/21) Protein Farm. Las Vegas with the horse, features heavily in the film. That's a really nice scene within the film. LA rooftops, nice backdrop of the cityscape. And so on to this edition. Now this is sealed. All it really is just a double lenticular of both main characters. So you've got Ryan Gosling's character there. Now, I don't know whether the camera's picking it up well, but there's a nice sense of depth behind him. He's got his gun there. This is the city backdrop. Got all the Chinese writing that's sort of set back. I don't know whether that's sort of picking up that depth, level of depth in the camera. On the side you've got Blade Runner 2049, that's nicely embossed. On the bottom you've got all the tech specs. I believe this is HD Zeta. The edition I'm showing next week I think is an HD Zeta edition, and I'm pretty sure it's similar, it's the same sort of production as this one. And then inside, now there's a booklet in there, which is the same booklet that's in the edition that I'm going to show next week. So I'm not unwrapping this. This is just merely for kind of display. On this side, you've got Deckard, again with that blue sort of background. And again, there's a sense of depth there. There's rain coming down. This is obviously under cellophane, so it's not probably picking up as great, but there's a little movement here, but probably getting the glare from the sort of the windows. But on the top as well, you also get Blade Runner 2049. Again, this is embossed. So yeah, I think this was sort of a release that it didn't come with a steelbook. Obviously you can see the sort of foam inlay, and then obviously you could put your own steelbook in here for this release. And the final thing we're going to look at this week is this little booklet, and as I say, this was a booklet that came with the HMV edition. This is a sort of image from the film. This is a really classic part, sort of scene from the film where Joy, she kind of links with this lady, shall we say, and obviously this is Ryan Gosling's character, who this is quite a famous scene with the sort of the two hands sort of joining. It's very clever, very artistic. Blade Runner 2049 down the bottom, obviously in sort of a blue, all this is in a blue haze. The back's quite nice as well, that's in green. You've also got the tree that's sort of earlier in the film. So yeah, we'll just sort of go through the booklet, and it's nice because it's got some text in here telling you about the production of the film. Again, pause if you want to read. I say this film was fantastic. I actually went to see this at the cinema and kind of absolutely blown away. I came out with sort of goosebumps, to be honest. The sound was just phenomenal in this. The bass in the cinema was just like, it really almost felt like it was sort of pounding on my chest. I don't know whether that was either their system wasn't correctly set up or whether that was just the intent of the film, but I found it a really powerful experience. The whole visuals and the sound, you know, the music in this film, just a wonderful wonderful sequel to the original. It was, you know, it's just done so well. Obviously, here's the two main characters, and I thought, you know, Ryan Gosling's character was fantastic in the film. He kind of, you know, well, I suppose he was like a younger version of Deckard, you know, the police investigator, and yeah, just that magic sort of returned from the first film, you know, in a different way. I mean, the Hans Zimmer score is, it's got elements of the original Vangelis soundtrack from the first film, but it's got its own spin on it, which I really like. And I've often listened to that soundtrack many times, as long as with the first one as well. I find them both just fantastic pieces of, you know, soundtracks to some both fantastic films. So it's a really nice booklet, that. As I say, that comes with the HMV edition, but as I say, I've managed to sort of get hold of a copy just on its own, just to add to my collection. So guys, that was a closer look at my 2049 collection, the first two editions. Both really nice editions. This limited edition with those art cards, very nice. Yeah, I did like this release. And obviously this double lenticular with Deckard on the front and Ryan Gosling's character on the back, and then I've got the booklet in there, which is that booklet that came with the HMV edition. So, you know, some really nice editions for this film. So come back next week and we'll look at the other two editions. Just to give you a sneak peek, we've got this one here, which contains a steelbook, and there's some sort of goodies in there again. And then we've also got this edition, which is sealed, but we'll have a slightly look at this one as well. It'll mainly be about this one, but that is a sealed edition, which is very nice, part of my collection. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching the video. Please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video like this. As I say, I'll be bringing out part 2 of this next week, so yeah, please subscribe so you can see that video next time round. Welcome back to existing subscribers as well. Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. Please give the video a thumbs up. That really does help out the channel, and it tells YouTube that you like these sorts of videos, and that encourages me to create more content for you to enjoy. Please leave a comment. Stick down in the comments below. Did you have you seen Blade Runner 2049? Did you see it at the cinema? Do you have it on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, 3D, Premium Edition? Yeah, stick down in the comments your thoughts. yeah, I'd love to read, you know, people's comments on this film. You can also find me on Instagram. I'm over there and I post pictures from time to time. So yeah, go and find me over there as well. Right guys, well that's the end of the video. Say come back next week and we'll look at part 2 and look at these other 2 editions in a bit of a closer look. So see you next time.